excited, really, really excited, even though I am a bit scared. I wonder if I still know proper presentation, given I haven't had a proper one for a few days, about a week or so, more even, if you say. But yeah, it's good to be back and have a great conversation with you on the other side of the radio. What I'm trying to say is you and I would have, hard facts as it should be today. So from now up until 7, we will be looking at many issues that we've not been able to look at in the course of the week. All right, so you're welcome. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Niger Info PH. We are live on YouTube, Niger Info PH. We're active on X, Niger Info PH. You can follow me online, Dekalada, Chekalada. You can also send me WhatsApp messages 0809-030-6416. You could call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. What are you going to call me about? I've got the big stories, the 3 o'clock hour. I've got a topical conversation about security. The police, basically, in River State, the 4 o'clock hour. I do have a conversation with a certain APC stalwarts, the 5 o'clock hour, because there are so many things happening as it relates to the APC in River State, and I am trying to find the implications or how it will affect River State. So are you on the right? I hope you are, because it's going to be a proper conversation with you on the other side. Now, time is 18 minutes gone past 3 p.m. What are my big stories? I'll tell you very quickly. Number one big story for today, the governor is reported to be in Taraba State. Yes, I'm talking about Governor Simnalai Fubara. He is reported. I've seen videos. I mean, my colleague also just told me not too long ago that Kola Ologodinyo, who was on the Morning Crossfire this morning, also mentioned it in passing as to the PDP governors meeting crucially. And when they use the word crucial meeting, something sparks in my head. So we'll do a little bit of some history to the events that happened this week. So we talked about that during the big stories. Was it on Wednesday? The FCT Minister Yesam Wike, spoke to the media in celebration of 1 year in office. It talks about how he will stick to the party PDP. He will fight for his rights in the party. That the problem, as a matter of fact, there is no problem. However, the issue is that he's insisting that the law be followed to the letter, and that has cost him to have enemies in the party. That has cost him to have people who are writing letters against him. And he's saying he's going to stick to the party. The National Working Committee acting chairman, Damagom, also did make a statement that day. And that day, he said something similar to what Wike has said. And Wike says anybody who speaks in the direction of the law is seen as a weakest person. That I think the day before, that's on Tuesday, the governor had said, the BOT members visiting him was a symbol or a sign that he still remains a PDP member and is going nowhere. Today, he is attending a crucial PDP governors meeting. So the battle is on. The battle for, I wonder, a lot of people are saying, summary of the Morning Crossfire, basically the PDP, what is happening in the PDP. So many people are saying, it's a PDP affair. But I beg to differ. And I'm not talking about a debate now, but I really do beg to differ, because I'm thinking in my head, could this be another evolution to the political drama in River State? Could that be the case? Really, think about it for a second. Could that be the case? An evolution to the political drama in River State. Now, if you did literature, you would know that that there is the introduction, prologue and all. There is the part where the play climaxes, and there is the part where the play ends. And so maybe we get into the, and in each of these evolution, there are different scenes and different acts, you understand? And so there is the possibility that this drama, this political drama, is taking another form and another shape. It has moved from impeachment to the House of Assembly to what else again? So many other things, and now it is getting to the political party, the PDP. Who is in charge? Who will be in charge? Who should be in charge? These are the issues. But now that the governors are now very much active, can I use that word now? Because this is like the second, or is it the third meeting they are having in a very short time. What do you make of it? What do you make of it? Because like Ifemi Andrew captioned it this morning, it feels like the National Working Committee versus the BOT. And guess what? All of it can be traced to River State. So how is this affecting, if the governor fails to, in my opinion, and I think I'm entitled to this bit, can I? All right. So if the governor fails to capture whatever solid path he can in the PDP, does it mean he may likely leave the PDP? And I'm asking this question with all sincerity because we heard and we saw the acting national chairman explain why there was some kind of support for the 27. If you had read the leadership newspaper of, was it yesterday or the day before, you had read the Vanguard newspaper, you would have seen these articles as it relates to the Magom explaining why there was seemingly some support for the 27. Yet again, like I said, you can trace this drama in the PDP to what is happening in River State. But I'd like to get your thoughts because it is at a critical juncture. Yes, the governor, if he's not wanted, it is his right to defect. But then again, how will that, if it happens, affect the political structure or political scene in River State? But if he is able to capture a solid path in that party, the People's Democratic Party, what then does it mean for the FCT minister? I mean, these are the conversations. And whether you like it or not, if the FCT minister fails to capture, he also would lose, certain political relevance in the state. And then the question is, how will that affect, or would that affect, River State politics? I'd like to hear from you, your thoughts and your opinions as you're thinking right now. But let's quickly look at my second big story. I do have a commercial in a bit, but my second big story has got to do with the minimum wage. Now there is the article, I can't remember the newspaper now. Is it Tribune? I think it is, where Labour is concerned that up until now, the federal government is yet to initiate, it's yet to start the implementation process of the new minimum wage. Okay, so they made it law, Labour is no longer shouting, but it looks like the federal government is relaxed. When I come back from this break, I'll tell you more about it. Please do stay tuned. You can hear how excited, or you can feel my excitement, right?
For more talk,
All right, so 26 minutes gone past 3 p.m. Yeah, 3:26 p.m. You're listening to Hard Facts and 92.3 Nigeria Info. You can go to the Facebook platform at Nigeria Info PH. Drop your comments. I would read them. I will read them. So I would like to hear from you and hear your thoughts, please. Do well to send me your thoughts on Facebook, on YouTube as well, Nigeria Info PH. You could do that, or better still, you can send me your messages on X, Nigeria Info PH. 0809-030-6416 is the WhatsApp number, and very shortly I will reel out the phone number. So yeah, back to the story I was telling you before the commercial break. So Labour is very much concerned about the fact that the federal government is yet to start the implementation process of the new minimum wage. And you know what? I should take a slow pace on this one. But I can't help but wonder what is holding the government back. Now, according to one of the newspapers, there was an article in it, something about Labour. You know, when I say Labour, I'm talking about the NLC and the TUC being anxious about the minimum wage, or the non-release of templates of how the minimum wage should be implemented. Now, you can find that story on the Tribune newspaper, and it says there is now unease among the leadership of organized labor over the delay in the release of the consequential adjustment template for the implementation of the new minimum wage signed into law by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the 29th of July. Following a 48-hour ultimatum by the President, the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, and his national planning counterpart, Atiku Bagudu, had in early June presented the cost implications of a new national minimum wage to Tinubu. However, since that was signed into law, I do think sometime towards the end of July, it is yet to be implemented. Yes, you heard me right. It is yet to be implemented. However, the governor of Rivers State has come out to say that he would pay. He is ready to pay. Is eager to pay. Take a listen.
The issue of the minimum wage. The NLC chairman has also told you the position of the government. As soon as the implementation modality for this new minimum wage is released, I want me to reassure you that Rivers State will be one of the first states to implement it. And I want to also use this opportunity to let you know that most of your requests, everything will be put before the government as soon as we leave here.
All right, I'd like to get your thoughts on that one. But let's quickly take a look at the third big story. And my third big story, it has got to do with flooding. You hear me right? Not much. And I have to be very serious while talking about this very issue. Not much has been said, especially in Rivers State, as it concerns flooding. We've seen the rains in recent days. In some instances, the rain fell non-stop, for hours. According to the article I read, the River Niger, water levels have increased, and there is the possibility that the river may soon overflow its banks. But while they are making reference to the River Niger, I'm more concerned about the Orashi River. I'm more concerned about the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. Those who know the history of flooding in this region would know that Lagdo Dam has got one or two contributions to the flooding in many parts of Nigeria. What are we doing? I mean, maybe something is being done and I don't know about it. But really, what are we doing? Are we waiting so that we can yet again implement the fire brigade approach? Are we waiting when people start crying out and losing their properties to the waters? Then we would, begin to take action. I don't know. So it feels like we've done something big or something good or great. The state government. I mean, we do have local government administrators, right? Do we? I don't know. They had the legal arguments about that one. But yeah, we do have legislators representing us at the national level. What are they doing as it relates to? And it also brings me back to the conversation about the political drama in River State, how it benefits no one. Because now, the factions, the various factions in the various arms of government and levels of government would affect how this flooding thing is tackled. I guess it's going to be politicized. I'm just thinking out loud. I guess it's going to be politicized. I guess it's going to be, I don't know. But really, what is being done? And it's a scary thing. I mean, before the article, I was thinking, really, the rains, especially this week, the rains have been falling for hours non-stop in parts of River State. We should be concerned. The federal government did put out, an alert today. I'm going to read a bit of the article. Just give me a minute there. I'm going to read a bit of the article as seen. All right. On the Punch newspaper, FG1 states as River Niger water level rises. Now, the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency has warned the public regarding the rising water levels of the River Niger as of August 22, 2024. That's yesterday. Now, this alert comes in response to a report from the Niger Basin Authority in Niamey, Niger Republic, indicating that upstream activities in Niger and Mali have contributed to the situation. A statement on Friday signed by the Director General of NIHSA, Umar Mohammed, noted floodwaters from these two countries are expected to move gradually into Nigeria through Kebbi State. So, Niger Republic is already flooding. Mali is already flooding. And there is the likelihood, I'm not a prophet of doom, but there's the likelihood the waters would find its way into Nigeria. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, okay. We're arguing politics, I guess. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. And 0817-923-0007. I would love to get your thoughts. I would love to listen to your arguments. Call me and let's have a conversation. But you want to send me a message, do that to 0809 030 6416. All right, I'm waiting for the call screener to take your calls and write down your name, your location, and you and I will have a conversation. Okay, let's start from here. Let's see. This one says, good afternoon, Kaladakari. Good afternoon. My name is Jesse Akayogo from Bori. Governor Fubara in Taraba State for PDP governors meeting. Commendable move by a God-sent governor. May God continue to see him through. I've got Lumba. I've got Lumba from Port Harcourt. Lumba, welcome.
Canada.
Yeah, welcome, Lumba.
Yeah, welcome, my dear. See, what I want to talk about is the NWC PDP supporting 27 that defected.
And that's not what we talked about. We just mentioned that in passing, by the way.
You mentioned it now.
In passing, it's not I was explaining and I mentioned it. It wasn't my conversation. But go ahead. Let's hear what you want to say.
What I want to say is that there are people who do not know that the Nigerian constitution is clean and higher than any law made or be made in Nigeria. That they will have a binding force on the leaders and those that lead the league. NWC PDP supporting 27 will not make the constitution of Nigeria non-effect. They have breached the constitution.
So you see, did you listen? Did you listen to me, Lumba? They are in court. We're not saying whether it's legal or not. We're talking about them supporting. It is in court. Lumba, whether they are legal or not, I think I've had this argument before. The courts will settle on that. That's not my work, and that's not your work.
Because they want to confuse us again. They want to confuse
They
us
are.
again.
They are not correction, and this is why I didn't want to talk about this. They are in court. The support was taken to court. It wasn't taken to any other place but the court. Anyways,
Even if the support them inside the court,
yes.
they want to do what they normally do.
That is an allegation and an impunity against the judiciary. Thank you very much. I've got Muriel from Okrika. Muriel, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you, please.
Thank you. KDB, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
This is the Okrika Joe woman.
Okay.
KDB, I think the PDP should immediately sack and then dismiss the former governor of Rivers State. They should expel him from the party, and heaven will not fall.
On what grounds? If you're asking for an expulsion.
Only for anti-party activities. Look, PDP, the highest the former governor would do is to take the PDP to court, and immediately the PDP expel him from the party. They should take him to court first before it takes them to court.
But you would need evidence to expel someone from the party, any party at all. You would need evidence, right?
The evidence are glaring. They are there in the open. He said it himself. Among spoken as in he said it out with his own mouth. The evidences are all there.
Okay.
But it does that. The former governor has so what so much oil on the list of judges and lawyers.
Muriel, that's an allegation you cannot prove, so I'll stop it there. Muriel, if indeed the evidence, like you said, all of the evidence are out there, why is nobody yet writing a petition to the PDP? Because I think I remembered someone saying there is no petition against Nyesom Wike as it relates to the PDP and anti-party activities.
Who is saying that?
Someone, I remember, we even talked about it on the show.
They should not even wait for a petition.
Okay.
Look, the board of directors, people within the PDP, do they need a petition? Even if they need a petition to sack him from the party, the PDP, they can arrange it. Do they need signatures? There are people that are willing. It's not that we want to go to the body language of the BOT and the tongue hierarchy of the PDP. They just know that all of them are loyal to the former governor. PDP, they should expel him from the party, and people will not fall. I repeat myself. And charge him to court. The governor of Rivers State has suffered so much in the hand of the PDP. They are just lucky that he's a very patient person. Up and down, he can still listen to them. If it were the former governor of Rivers State, he would have taken all of them out of this thing. He would have listened to them.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much, Muriel. I've got Zion from GRA. Zion, welcome. I'd like to get your thoughts, please. Welcome.
Canada, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm alive.
Thank you for bringing one of those items that will affect me directly, which is the flooding.
Okay.
In the Niger Delta region and other communities from the northern part of Nigeria. It's so unfortunate that the government will do nothing. The only thing they will do is to give you noodles, rice, and beans so that you can eat. I wonder how can you even eat such a thing, 2 cups and 3 cups of rice. That is why I will always say these men are so incompetent and they have no consideration for their land. And I did a study. Is it possible for America and other countries to back our money to prosecute them for us? I found that it's not possible. Because they will ask you a question, did we send them to bring your money to us? The answer is no. Sir, these floods have affected Bayelsa so much that it has conjoined our people not to have good food anymore. These same floods have affected the production of agricultural products from the Niger Delta region, especially Sagama local government and other river basins, communities that are good or known for food production. They have started harvesting their yams that are already premature, started harvesting their cassava that are already premature, and we own the implication of premature foods. They are acidic to our intestines.
All right.
So I feel at a time like this, we won't have the good Jonathan administration that talk about the dredging of River Niger. And we know that these guys didn't dredge it. Can we ask questions? Jonathan, come and answer questions. Where are the people you gave those contracts to? Sir, except we dredge River Niger down to the ocean, this flooding will keep affecting us.
All right.
There is no miracle we can do. And we stop calling it emergency. It's not an emergency. It's an hazard.
All right. All right, Zion, I've got to go.
But this hazard has been happening over and over, and we are doing nothing.
All right. Thank you, Zion. I've got to go. I've got Menele Baton on the phone, but let's quickly look at Okechukwu Duri's message on X. He says, "Good afternoon, Kalada." Okechukwu texting from Rumokoro. "I hope the PDP governors meeting in Taraba will put to end the crisis bedeviling River State. But realistically, I doubt if there will be peace. The sitting minister should give peace a chance." All right, if you say so. Mene,
good afternoon.
It's good to have you on the show. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes. Let me go straight to the point. I will talk on the PDP issue.
All right, quickly then.
Anybody clamoring for suspension or expression of a former governor, Chief Nelson Wike, is wasting his time.
Why did you say so? Is it bigger than the party? Is it bigger than the party? I mean, the party is supreme.
The party is supreme.
Okay.
The party is supreme, and the party is human being, not the flag. Yes, not the building. It is the people in the party that is the party. And the former governor Wike has contributed a lot in PDP, which I challenge anybody to come. Nobody
so Mene, let me pause you. So because he contributed largely to the party, he can do anyhow he likes in the party. Is that what you're insinuating?
No, Canada is not like that.
Okay, tell me what you're insinuating.
The PDP has not gained anything. The River State people have not gained the money they sponsor PDP. PDP has suffered a lot in Nigeria. It was the River State people that use their money to sponsor PDP. So nobody can say in Benue State or in Zamfara State or in Sokoto State. Nobody.
As River Niger levels rise up, or water levels rise up, he said they should also start preparing ahead should in case the flood comes up, and it will be easy to control. Thank God Ability Atuegbu says, "I don't trust these PDP governors. The governor should be very careful the way he relates with them. When the crisis started in River State, majority of them left the governor to fight his fight." Simon Ande says, "FG yet to implement minimum wage payments, and the police are busy threatening Labour leader for PDP Board of Trustees. They are weak." All right, Simon, thank you. Let's get to Frank. Frank is on the phone and is calling from D-Line. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you, Frank.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gatobo.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, Governor Fubara is in Jaligo for PDP Governor Forum's meeting. Yes, the last time I checked, my governor is a PDP member, and besides, he's the vice chairman of the Governor's Forum in the country. So now, my governor is right to go to the meeting. The meeting is not because of the political crisis between him and the FCT minister. And the BOT people have come here to visit him, and PDP have now set committee to reconcile every aggrieved member, including the former governor of the state, Nelson Wike, as my governor.
Right.
So I see no reason why people will be calling again for a spell of the former governor. We are now to reconcile everybody to make sure that this return in PDP and River State.
Right.
So those calling for a spell of Wike does not want peace in River State and PDP at large.
Right.
Please, let us embrace peace. This is my comment. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Frank, calling from D-Line. I should say congratulations to Kekere Ekun, who is now acting CJN. Yes, she is in acting capacity. She is acting as the Chief Justice of Nigeria as a result of the retirement of Justice Ariwola. Right, I've got JJ from Port Harcourt Township, and after that I focus on messages. JJ, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Yeah, Carla, good afternoon.
It's still afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
On the flooding, we learned 10 states is already flooded.
Oh, really?
And more. to go. Yes.
I've not heard of that.
I saw
But go
that
ahead.
headline about 2 days ago.
Okay.
So, what we have done so far, the Oko Jumbo-led assembly is working on a bill to make sure we have a state emergency to make sure if the flooding comes, or not even if now, because we already know when the flooding comes, they'll work. And right now, we also have a commissioner for special duties in the person of Sam Ayan, Dr. Sam Ayan, who is also working tirelessly to make sure that things work out. So by the time you have that bill passed into law and the governor...
So JJ, I understand, you do have the capacity to tell us these things, but are we supposed to wait for a bill before we can put things into motion because the rains are here?
Yes, I just told you that we have a commissioner for special duties who was sworn in about a fortnight ago. So he has started to roll off his sleeve. He didn't come here to do fashion parade. He has come to work. Even immediately he was sworn in, there was no fire incident around the after Eleme Junction, Intel camp and all those. Even at midnight, he was there to make sure they surveyed the fire and all those. So I think you have men who are ready, like they say on the street, men mouth.
But then again, I mean, you can make excuse, JJ, quickly, because I've got to go. You can make excuse for the commissioner for special duties, but we've always had.
I'm not making excuse.
I'm saying he's just coming in. That can be a valid reason, right?
I'm not making. He's not even working like somebody that just comes in.
I'm going somewhere, JJ.
Sure covers whatever that is.
I am going somewhere. Follow me. Now, we can make an excuse or give the reason that he just stepped in as commissioner, but what about the commissioner for environment? Because that is also something the and of course it's someone I am very familiar with.
Canada, people say something that when two hands clap, that is when music is very sweet. So they will work together.
All right.
For environmental, for special duties. But for the PDP meetings, I think it's good. But I must tell you that there is this Jonah that is always there. I remember when, they tried to bring in Alumadu Sheriff, the POT was saying, no. But they brought in, McAfee, they say, no, we want to do this, no way. Even against all odds, they brought Ayu, and Ayu was removed. You know the rest of the story. So,
who's the Jonah?
To point themselves. That's why I'm going to commend people like
Ogoshinyere,
who is saying the wrong thing in the PDP, trying to nosedive into somewhere autopilot, and he's saying, no, I can't be in this ship and this ship will change.
All right, JJ, I've got to go. I've got to go.
I think they will try to achieve something in Taraba.
Thank you very much, JJ. I've got to let you go at a point. You've mentioned Ogoshinyere, but then there is the accusation that Ogoshinyere is shopping. How do I put it now? Is shopping. Anyways, I don't know how to put it. I'm not a politician. You can go listen to Wike's media chat once again. Okay, I've got on Facebook. For some reason, my network is terrible all of a sudden. But I was going to read the message of Newton Ikire. I just can't seem to find it all of a sudden. All right, Newton Ikire says, good day, Canada. On the first big story, you all still taking PDP serious? And to think I used to love this party so much. Politicians never fail to disappoint. All right, but it's not much. I'm not looking at it very much from the party perspective. I'm looking at how it affects River State. And then there is the message you send. So you all believe the federal government will honor this agreement, talking about the implementation of the new minimum wage. You said they play, just they play. And when it comes to the flooding issue, you said, here we go again. We always wait to employ the fire brigade approach, even though nature never fails to warn. Then when disaster strikes, they will pay visits to the disaster areas and be shouting "Choi, Choi," while standing in akimbo, feigning they care. It sounds like my predecessor, right? But on WhatsApp, this one says the PDP governors have to wake up from their slumber. They must resist every attempt for the virtual realization of the PDA-PC conundrum if they have to be relevant beyond 2027. In fact, this meeting is belated because the script is clearly written in the sky for moles within the party to make a seamless comeback by the incumbent in the 2027 presidential election. Therefore, they must take a firm stance in purging all of them out of their party. Godwin from Chinda. And this one says, the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, is a strong member of the PDP. He's also the leader of the PDP in Rivers State. God day time. All right, let's see this one. This one says, the fact that Governor Fubara has promised to pay the 70,000 naira minimum wage is a plus for him. If the other group can stop distracting him, he has good plans for Rivers people. Every year, they keep talking about flooding. Why can't they be proactive for once? Greetings, Mr. Canada. And I've been asking that question myself. But it is surprising to me seeing that Labour is fuming over the inability of federal government to fulfill their promise of paying minimum wage to workers. As a matter of fact, what was responsible for the Labour leaders to give the president 6 bozas after ending the minimum wage negotiation? The Labour leaders, the learners, this government of promise and fill of President Tinubu, who has never kept any promise for once, they should wake up. Okwando Obina talking about keeping promises. ASU is a matter that is rife. I think it's really rife. We should look at it one of these days. And this one says, the federal government alert on flooding occasioned by the rising level or levels of the river Niger is prompt and should be taken seriously by all citizens, especially those living within the flood-prone areas. From Ilile. So yeah, for those of you listening to me right now and you stay in flood-prone areas, I do think you should begin to put measures in place that can reduce the level of destruction that will come your way. It's something that we need to also take personal responsibilities. This one said to see can continue to sell lies. During the 2023 presidential government, will know where for the APC. So I'm asking, what exactly is anti-party activity, Fiaga, with that argument? I've got many other messages I'm going to read, but I do think I have a commercial. I've got a very short commercial coming up. So after the commercial, I'm going to take some more messages. But let's see Jaja Maxwell's own. It's very short. Structure. I say KDB structure own can take it to the current governor. Does not have the time to argue with greedy fellows. All they want is the treasure of the state, but they have lost out on that. Jaja Maxwell, thank you very much. I've got to go for a commercial. When I come back, I'll read some more messages. Please do stay tuned.